Hi y'all, welcome back. We are freeze drying some milk. And we already have them in little blocks like this. Find something to put on the end right here, but I'm going to go ahead and weigh these also so that I know how much they weigh beforehand and then how much they weigh afterwards for rehydrating purposes. So this right here is whole milk. I haven't weighed anything yet so far. I'm just putting stuff on there.
Okay.
And the way we do our we freeze it in the little containers. Then they fit perfectly in the Ziploc bags as well. These are 2 cups of milk a piece, and then this is 1 cup of milk. So that's that. And then my top tray right here is going to get coffee. And we've already freeze-dried a whole freeze-dryer load of coffee, and I've been enjoying it. It's pretty good. I have to work out all the hours and the time and all that to see if it's even worth doing. But we did it because I wanted to try it out, and then these didn't fit in that load, so these are the rest of them. Alright, so we are going to start weighing now. I'll show you the powder real quick. This is what the freeze-dried coffee looks like. Now, what I fit in here, it wasn't even the full, what I fit in here wasn't even the full jar, but it was all 5 trays. So it condenses to close to nothing. That's, I don't know if you can see the inside. It smells so good and strong. I don't know, can you see the inside of that? Yeah, it's good. Will I do it again? I don't know. I have to do the math on it. Because if it's not worth it to us, if it doesn't, you know, I'm not going to waste my time doing it. Alright, so we're at 0. Tray number 1 is coffee.
1596.
How much?
1596.
Alright, let's stop real quick because I thought we were going to put something on the end of this. And on the end of this. And on the end of this one. So we're going to do the ice cream, right? Should we leave them in the packages?
Yep. We'll open the end.
Yeah, you got to open the end. I think there's plenty of room in there. So these are just, what are these? Strawberry shortcake little ice cream tops. You can't fit 2 in there, can we? Just to go ahead and use up the room. There's no sense in not using the room. Alright guys, and these are just going to go in, and we didn't add before we started the freeze dryer to do 15 minutes of freezing. We didn't even customize it to have it do extra freeze time for the milk, because if your milk is not completely frozen, it will make a huge mess. This milk should be completely frozen because it has been freezing for several days. So I'm hoping that with the freeze time that the freeze dryer gives it, that will be enough. And then we decided the ice cream at the end, just so that there's something in that space. We didn't have anything else small enough to go in that space. But we will see how long it takes. We have not done milk before. This is the first time we're doing milk. I'm not exactly sure how long it'll take. When I did the coffee, that took, I don't have the paperwork in front of me right now, but the coffee took many hours. So that's it. He's closed it, put in the trays in, he's closed the drain valve, and he is starting it. And we will see you when that's ready. Alright, there's the coffee. You see what it turned into? They decreased a lot. There's this milk right here. It's dropped another gram or two, so I'm going to go ahead and break into it and see, make sure everything's dry, which I think it is because it's been over 60 hours. And all the other milks are dry. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and, oh yeah, look at that. Feel any cold spots, and you see how that's just falling apart. So I'm going to go ahead and check the little one. Actually, I'm going to check all of them. Yeah, that's, and our hours are going to be off because we set it overnight, so it gets more than it needs to. So yeah, so these are all nice and dry. That's the only one that had dropped some. And now I'm going to go ahead and touch the coffee. Maybe you'll hold the phone for me. So that is completely dry. Oh, look at this. It's like little, like moss. Just look at this. It actually looks, I'll try to get a close-up of that, but it almost looks like, yeah, I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say mold. You know, like when mold starts growing on something, it's just that little fuzz.
And how many cups of coffee was this in?
This is 5 cups together, both of them together. I'll slide this one over. This right here, you guys saw it going in, but this right here was 5 cups of coffee.
And now it's maybe 2 handfuls.
Yeah, and that's without even like squishing it, but yeah. It smells so good. So yes, so this was 5 cups of coffee, brewed coffee. And this is what it is now. And I'll go ahead and add it to my other jar of coffee. Take this off so I don't get, well, I'm gonna need to, I shouldn't have touched one or the other. I needed to touch the milk so that we can put it, because now I need to put it in bags.
Yeah.
All right, these are getting ready to be put in Mylar bags. Not the ice cream, not the ice cream pop, but the milk. They're gonna go in Mylars and get put up. Now, let's see. At 23 hours, the freeze dryer told me that the process was complete. And it is now 52 hours. And now they are completely dry. So almost 30 hours. So 29 hours extra it needed. But now we're fully dry. All right, y'all, so this has been, we stirred it and we went to do other things, so we went ahead and put it in the fridge. But I'm gonna, you see it's all dissolved now. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into this bowl so you can see.
You did change to a fork.
Yeah, and so hubby just pointed out that I did change to a fork to mix it. It mixes better with a fork than with a spoon. Now, I do think that initially, you know, we started with the cold water. I do think that you need hot water or at least warm water, because if you see, I still have little chunks that just, well, not very many, but you see them, that just didn't rehydrate. Well, you put a little bit of hot water in that and I can see how that does. But this is it right here. So here's our half a cup of rehydrated milk. And this is whole milk. And it looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I'm going to go ahead and have hubby do a taste test. All right, y'all, and when we did the milk, we also did the strawberry shortcake pop ice cream, and I almost forgot to do the taste test on it, so I'm coming back to do this.
We had opened the end so it could freeze dry within the package.
So that's it right there. And these come off. I mean, everything is dry. Can you hear that? Solid. So I am going to take a little taste test. This is going to go all over the place. You hear all that crunching? Yeah, it's so good.
Is it?
Yes, it has all the flavor. You got to do it over the plate because it's going to come down.
Wow. That's really good. I mean, it's like all the other freeze-dried ice cream, but it's this particular strawberry shortcake pop still on the stick, you know.
And so if we were gifting these away, what's cool is that we just opened the end to allow it to do its thing through the end, and we were able to just leave it in there. We didn't have to touch the ice cream or deal with it in any which way other than just open that, put it at the end. You saw what we did. This is what we have. Delicious.